Welcome back. Today we're going to cover 4 ways to fix a flat. First, we're going to cover fix a flat liquid. Then we'll talk about plugs, patches, and inner tubes.
Alright, quick talk about the 3 on the left. They are, well, to be frank, quite the waste of money. Don't even bother. They're pretty much just water in a can, my personal opinion. They inflate it very little, and you won't make it far at all. Now, the product on the right is slime. It's more of a thick, gritty, it has like chunks of rubber in it and fibers that actually get into the hole and help plug it up. It won't last super long by itself, but it will definitely last longer than the 3 on the left. If you've had a different experience with any of these products or have a better recommendation, I use lots of these fix-a-flats, so your recommendations will be definitely taken into consideration. One more thing to add on the liquids. If your tire already has the object in it, then leave it in it. Hopefully it's not sticking up like this. If it is, try to push it in. That way the road doesn't rip it out. But that will help the sealer seal around that, and it doesn't have to fill the entire hole to hold the air in. Now to plug a tire, say it has the object in it, take the object out. Most of the time you're going to be on the road, so you're not going to be able to have an obvious hole like that, but you got to find your hole. Then your plug kit will come with a reamer. Stick that in there. Maybe. Alright, so you got your reamer in there. Now you take the one that holds the plug, put your plug in to that. Then your kit should come with glue. Put some glue on the plug. And take your reamer out. Put the plug in. Now the trick is when you put it in, you have to take it slow because you don't want to shove it all the way through. But when you come back out, you want to rip it out. That way it can come out. It has a cut here in the bottom of it. It will come right out of that. And then you cut that off. Yeah, this one does not want to. There you go. The tire's plugged. It'll hold air. If you use glue on it, I suggest you wait until, I don't know, at least the outside's not tacky anymore. I've not waited long enough and had them blown out immediately after going down the road. But like this one, it has, I don't know, a couple 100 miles on it, and it was still holding air pretty good. I have another one on my car that has a couple 1,000 miles on it. It's still holding air. Would I recommend doing it?
Probably not, unless you're willing to pull off to the side of the road and do it again. But as an extra precaution, I like to put the fix-a-flat in after I plug them. That way, if they do blow out, it has that extra time, plus you can hear it hissing a little bit more. Alright, so we've covered fix-a-flat, plugging. Now let's do patches.
Alright, now let's talk about the inside of this tire for a second. This is the plug that I've been running for, I don't know, a couple hundred miles. Still in there. You can see how it balls up on the inside, that way it doesn't go back out the other side. And this is the one I've just put in. It's still sticking through pretty straight, but over time it would try to suck down through and swell out, and it would do its thing. But with that glue on there, it'd be glued around the seam, and it should glue to itself, so it'd make it even harder to have it pull out. Plus, like I said before, I like to use the slime, and then that would even, like as you drive, it'll seal if it starts to leak a little bit. Now we have one more hole. It's gonna be that screw. We'll take it out, and then we're gonna patch it. Alright, so if you do this at home, you'll probably buy a kit that has one of these in it, and then it'll come with a patch, and it'll probably come with a tube of glue, but considering I play with tires way more than I'd like, I don't just go with the tube, I have to buy the can. But anyway, you gotta find your hole, which the screw is right there. Then you take this little buffer, and you gotta scrub it. Alright, so I've worked it up a little bit. You can see the hole right there at the tip of my finger, how the rest of it's scuffed up and not shiny like the rest of the inside of this tire. The reason you do this is to get a rougher surface, and it cleans off the oils and stuff, takes it down to like original rubber. Now you take your glue and you put a layer of glue on it. Alright, so you got your hole there. Put some glue on it. Now you want to let that dry. Alright, now you can see it's pretty much dry. Still got a little bit of tackiness to it. Now we're going to put the patch on. Now you don't want to touch the back of this patch, and put your oils on it. Then you'll take it, put it on the hole, and you'll know if it was too wet because you start pushing on it, it'll just start sliding around. And you want to rub it in real good, get all the air pockets out of it. Let it sit for a minute. Alright, then you take and you peel the plastic off of it. Maybe. It glued the plastic to it. Well, anyway. Then you take your bead sealer and run a bead of bead sealer around it. Cover it up all good. This will help seal the edges. That way if one does start to peel up a little bit, the bead sealer will help keep it down and keep the air in.
Alright, and there you go. Should be good for several more miles. Alright, to put a tube in, you'll have to take it down to this point. If you have a wheel that has a tire sensor in it, either you're not going to be able to put a tube in it, or your tire sensor is not going to be in there. So, pick or choose. Probably not going to put a tube in it. Super rare. But if you do, you're going to have to take your valve stem out, and you'll pick it up, you'll feed your tube in, you'll have to feed your valve stem back up through from the tube, and then without pinching it in any way, because pinching will cut it, you got to put your tire back on. Or if you're really good, you don't even take it down this far, you just break the bead on it, stuff it in there with your hands. Probably be the safer bet than sticking tools back in there. Anyway, put your tire back on, pump it up, set your bead. Alright, that's 4 ways to fix a flat. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It'll tell YouTube to show it to more people. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe, and have a great day.